Hello everybody and welcome to 2023 in my channel David Health. Now this video is actually a redo of how to stop tinnitus fast, the spooning method 2023. Now this one has no music, just my beautiful voice for you to listen to. So I've done this after many people actually put in the comments that they couldn't hear me because the music was in the background and they desperately wanted to hear my voice, so this is that version for you. No music whatsoever. Also put in the comments, do you think videos in general, when they're supposed to be informative ones, are better with music or without? Obviously this one was better without. But I wish you all good health for 2023 and I hope you enjoy the channel and have a look at some of the other videos that I do, which are all about natural therapy and natural ways to help your body and yourself feel good and achieve things. Okay, so this first method, I must admit, I'm actually taking it from another video. There's a guy that I watch and I always think, really? Dr. Mandel, I don't mind saying, very, very popular. He's got lots of millions of people that watch his videos. But I thought he was pushing it a bit too far with this technique, using spoons. And the idea is to put the spoons and tap them on at the back of your head. And I think a lot of these methods that you see on YouTube are it's all about stimulation of the auditory system. We're going to go into that a little bit more. But this method, at first, when I saw him, I thought, just come on now, you know, Dr. Mandel. I thought he was actually taking the piss, to be honest. But no, it's actually, I actually spoke to one of my clients and I was talking in general terms. And they actually used this and it worked. So, Dr. Mandel, I apologise for doubting you. I know he's a chiropractor, but he has gone into great depth to find out about tinnitus and he's entitled to use the title doctor. But here is how the method works, and this is my way of doing it. But they're all the same. It's about this stimulation that you have to do. And the other thing I would say is the regularity. To be able to do this on a regular basis makes such a difference. It may not, like all these techniques, work the first time you try it. But give it a go and see how it goes for you. It's simple as that, really. So, Dr. Mandel, thanks for that. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so you see, in the Dr. Mandel video, he says you need to do it in a certain way. And I think the most important thing is the irregularity of the beats that you're making. I don't think he went on about as opposed to just doing a constant 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who knows? It may well work just doing it this way. I think the reason it works by doing an irregular beat, it's actually fooling, because one of the things with tinnitus, the reason that we get tinnitus, a lot of people, if there's damage there, the auditory system is confused what messages it's receiving, so it makes up these sounds. So I think this is how this is actually working. But you get the spoons, and I'm not even doing it in shot on my... So, right, here we go. I think it's more the irregularity. And if you put in the cup part of the spoon, you can see mine are not like Dr. Mandel's, mine are not silver. I don't have millions of people watching my videos. But if you put the scooped part on the back of your head, and I'll show you in the diagram shortly, but you do it to the left and then to the right and then in the center, because there's three points that you actually have to go over to do this tapping noise. So let's have a look at how you actually do it, and I'll show you the back of the head to do this. Dr. Mandel's also got a big advantage, is that he's bald, so you can see where these spoons are going. No, that wasn't a dig, Dr. Mandel. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the back of the head where it actually goes with these spoons. Okay, there you see then, looking at the back of the head, there's the four crosses there. No, it's not Dr. Mandel that I've got to model this, but the arrow points, those are the points where you need to be putting the spoon, the cupped part of the spoon on there, and tapping with the other part of the spoon. And this is the area that it's stimulating. Occipital lobe, this area which is arrowed on the right, this is all part of the auditory. But its main function of the occipital nerve is to supply the sensation to the scalp at the top of the head, over the ear and over the parotid glands. The occipital nerve is actually not really connected with hearing. The fact that it works, I think, is the most important thing. But I believe the reason it does work there is because it is actually near the auditory cortex, which is the actual part of the brain that stimulates and works on the auditory side of things. Now, the actual purpose of the greater occipital nerve is to supply sensation to the scalp at the top of the head, over the ear and over the parotid glands. And you see, this is the thing. It's really a cervical spinal nerve. It may involve fibers from cervical spinal nerves. It arises from between the first and second cervical vertebrae, along with the lesser occipital nerve. It ascends after emerging from below the suboccipital triangle beneath the obliquus capitis inferior muscle, just below the supranuchal ridge. It pierces the fascia. It ascends further to supply the skin along the posterior part of the scalp up to the auditory cortex. Now, you see, lots of gobbledygook, in reality, all these words to people that are not in the medical profession. So I think it's wrong to use these type of words. I did it as a demonstration, really, because it's used a lot in some of these videos of people who are supposedly helping people. So this is not to dismiss this method, but it's to say it is actually not the occipital nerve that is the problem. Now, I'm off to go on from this because you see there's another big point of this stimulation, and that's for anybody that suffers with headaches, occipital neuralgias is really what they call it. If you get that sensation of that headache that's horrible at the back of the head, this may also help with this. So it's not a bad thing to do. And as I say, I think it can certainly, and it's been proven that it can help with tinnitus. But really, I think it's because it just happens to be in the same area as the auditory cortex. Now, as I say, although this is not the actual way it should be put across, as Dr. Mandel says and refers to it, that's not to say it doesn't work and he's come across something that's really good and it helps. So that's the most important thing. I always say this, that the end result is all that really matters. It doesn't matter what name you call it, anything you call it. If something works, then it works. It's as simple as that. I think it's to question something is why in the first place. As long as it doesn't do any harm, which I can't see how this would cause any harm unless you're hitting really hard, but why would you do that? So I would say just try it. If this works for you, that's fantastic. If it doesn't, try one of the other methods. There you go, the spoon method. Now, all right, I've maybe been a bit light-hearted about this, but it's a serious situation when you do have tinnitus. Because I say, really, I had it for 15 years, and it really is not pleasant, and it can be really life-altering. How it can affect you, it can cause lots of mental health issues and all sorts of things. So it's not to be taken lightly. So there's lots of ways you can reduce and eliminate, and I still say I was cured because I don't have it anymore. But try the spoon method. So, all the best for 2023. Keep watching. to see some very good informative videos with just my voice. I might do a few with music though. Okay, take care now. Bye bye.